Hi guys, this is Annie, and I just wanted to catch you up on section 4 of part 2 of How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Another great chapter. This one, the title on it was An Easy Way to Become a Good Conversationalist. Now, I don't know about you, but that's something we could all use, and it's actually a really simple thing that sometimes we overlook, and some of you might be really great at it, and some of you might not. But this one focuses on being a good listener, and that's all. There were so many great stories. One thing that stuck with me is that it said that people are 100 times more interested in their problem and what they have to say than what you have to say. For example, if I have a toothache, I'm much more interested in my toothache than a famine in China. So that's the point they were trying to get across, is that people love to be heard and listened to, and in this day and age, people are multitasking all the time, whether it's checking their phone or playing with people that they really don't get heard. And as a mom, that's even more rare if you're talking to parents or someone that's just constantly busy. There was also a cute little story about a son telling his mom that, Mom, I know that you really love me. And she said, well, of course I do. But why do you say that? And he said, well, when I have something that I need to talk about or say, you stop what you're doing and listen. No, I don't know about you guys, but I know in the past I've definitely been guilty of multitasking, or having such a strict schedule at the end of the day that my kiddo gets home from school and then we have to do homework and practice and all of these things, that there's not a lot of time for conversation and really listening. Or we want to listen on our own schedule and not when they feel comfortable listening. And that's huge. There were so many other great stories in here that had to do with customers. And the customers were very upset and irate and they were never going to come back to this company again. And then there was one person that would really listen, and they weren't contradicting them, they weren't interrupting them, they were just letting them talk and talk and talk and until they basically calmed themselves down. And then once they did that, they did things like, oh, okay, now they're going to pay their bill in full, when before they weren't going to pay anything and they were going to rip that business to shreds. Once they really truly felt heard, they calmed down and they paid their bills, they withdrew complaints voluntarily. Just amazing turnaround. And that just shows you how desperate people are to be truly heard and to have someone really listen to them. Let me read y'all another quote, because there was a few things that I think you could benefit from, and I know I did, and I wanted to share. It said, the highest compliment we can pay anyone is truly listening. That's some heavy words. The highest compliment is truly listening. So that's how important it is to some people, is just to be truly listened to. Now, I come from education and a counselor background, and sometimes I do like to talk about myself, but I definitely am probably more of a listener. But again, what I take from this is sometimes I get distracted. I might be trying to cook while I listen, or do some videos while I listen. Some things that show that I'm not truly listening to my kiddo or my partner or whoever it is. So make sure that you make that time to truly listen, whether it's your business, a lead, a family member, whoever. Let me see. So basically, and I'll leave it with this. Principle 4. The principle at the end says, be a good listener, encourage others to talk about themselves. Okay, and one story, there was one example where someone was asking Dale Carnegie about all of his travels and stuff like that. And Dale ended up, she ended up saying, oh yeah, we came back from a trip from Africa, which he realized was, she didn't really want to, hear him go on and on about his trip. She wanted an active listener, someone that she could share with. So all he did was say, I've always wanted to go to Africa. Do tell me more about Africa. And then she went on and on for 45 minutes and never asked him again. Anyway, I loved this section. It was great. And of course, I've read that section before, so it's so easy to forget these little tidbits. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Again, check out this book if you haven't already, because I know I'm leaving out a lot. There's too much in here to share, but check it out. Write me a comment. Join me on Facebook. I'd love to know what you thought of that section. All right, bye guys.